Pauline Voss, and this is Donna Carnes. We co-authored an article called The Myth of Closure, which is in Family Process, December issue. We titled it that way because we believe there is no closure, and while the professional community may know that, much of the public does not. And the word closure has become very, very popular, and we think misleading. We're using as an example ambiguous loss, where someone does not die, but they are missing physically or psychologically, as if they had dementia, missing physically as if lost at sea, and so on. I've written a lot about that, so today we'd like to focus on what the article focused on, and that is encouraging therapists and trainees to do some self-reflection so that they can increase their own tolerance for ambiguity. For if you can't tolerate ambiguity, you will be of less help to the families who come to you for help when they have an ambiguous loss. I'll let you, Donna, tell them about your ambiguous losses, and I hope you'll read a poem.
Well, it's been a great pleasure for me to be a part of writing this article, to combine reflection and poetry with Pauline's just superb professional experience in this field. I lost my husband without a trace 5.5 years ago. He was a legally missing person for 5 years, and while I was going through that, my own mother experienced dementia, and she was literally losing her memory as she was trying to comfort me. The first poem I'm going to read is called The Blue Hour. And I wrote that the summer after my husband disappeared, and just a note that we are both sailors, avid sailors. The blue hour. I drift slowly now in a blue hour dream, wondering how can it be that my warm-blooded mate just fell off the face of the earth? Tell me, sailor, does that ring true?
The question remains, doesn't it?
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. The field of grief and loss in family therapy is essentially relatively new. In the 90s, there was a book done by Froma Walsh and Monica McGoldrick that began the family therapy, and there were a few others that came in the 90s. But historically, grief and loss has been an individual therapy. That's the difference with what we're saying. But also the difference is we're saying there is no closure. There may not be, even if you do the work of grieving, some kinds of losses that have no closure. And this kind of loss is a complicated loss that through no fault of the person experiencing it has no closure, has no finality. There is nothing you can do except to learn to live with the ambiguity. Do you have another poem that we could illustrate?
I do. This poem is called I Am, and it's really about the journey I made from problem solving, trying always to, finish this, to find an ending, to carrying it. I am. I am the sea nymph girl in the old Beach Boys song, a wild little honey with a feral heart, a single woman with a missing husband, taking my time in the dying light of 1,000 suns.
Thank you.